am totally rocking some crazy hair today. Oh well. Let's do this, mamas. Today's video is a video I am so excited about. Yes, I have coffee. This is my happy place. Fresh coffee. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is shining. I am probably going to be regretting this cup of coffee this late in the afternoon, but I am so excited for today's video. I'm excited to have another heart-to-heart chat with you homeschool moms. Whether you are a new homeschool mom, whether you have always known you wanted to homeschool, whatever your scenario or situation may be. Today's video is one that I've done in the past, 2 years ago actually, and I wanted to redo this video because to me, it's ever changing. 5 habits, 5 healthy habits that have changed my homeschool. That's what today's video is. I am collaborating with a very dear friend of mine. She is a fellow homeschool mom. She is a homeschool mom of 2 beautiful little girls. She is a light, and I absolutely love her channel. I love her content. She is a stay-at-home homeschooling mom. Little fact, she also was homeschooled. So she's a second-generation homeschool mom. Something that I think is so awesome and so encouraging. Brittney Lynn. I'm gonna link her channel in the description box down below. As always, you know you can find anything that I mention in my videos in the description box. We wanna share with you some of the things, some of the habits that we have started that have seriously changed our homeschool. Now, I'm not talking about the things that I share here on a normal basis, right? I share with you that I get up before my kids on most days, not always. On most days, I get up before my kids. On most days, I work out because I need to. On most days, we go with the flow, right? I've shared all of that stuff with you. Today's video, I wanted it to be a little more deep. I want to go deeper. I took some inventory in our homeschool. I sat down, really revisiting this topic and idea of sharing 5 habits that changed our homeschool, that legit changed our homeschool. I hope you enjoy this video. If you're new here, my name is Jamie. I am a stay-at-home, work from home, really, homeschooling mom of 3 boys. I have a 7th grader, a 5th grader, and a 2nd grader. And here on my channel at Simply Living It, I share all things homeschooling, motherhood, homemaking, lifestyle, you name it, everything in between. So if any of that interests you, I would love it if you would click that red subscribe button and become part of our family, part of our little tribe, our little community here at Simply Living It. Let's get to today's habits that I want to share with you that are healthy habits that have changed our homeschool. The first habit or mindset change that has changed our homeschool is the realization and accepting the realization that I cannot do it all. I can do anything. There's a famous quote, I don't know who it's by. I can do anything, but I cannot do everything. That goes with life, marriage, motherhood, friendships, anything and everything. That specific quote can apply. It applies to our homeschool. It applies to teaching our children. Why do we carry this weight that we have to do it all, that we have to teach them everything, that we have to take on the power of the weight of I have to do it all. I have to teach them everything. How am I going to do it all? How am I going to teach them everything they need to know in life? You're not going to. You're not going to teach them everything they need to know in life. Okay? Did you get that? Swallow that one just for a minute. We are not able to teach them every single thing in life they need to know. Just think about that for a second and let that sink in. Did you learn everything you need to know through school? Like everything you need to know in life, did you learn it in school? I know I sure as heck didn't. So why do we carry that as homeschool moms? As new homeschool moms and as moms who have been homeschooling for a while, right? Like I've been doing this almost 9 years. That is crazy to say. Almost 9 years I have been homeschooling my 3 boys. That little lie from the enemy comes in every now and then and rears its ugly head. Some of you might think that because I've been doing this 9 years, that I don't deal with those challenges, that I don't deal with those struggles, that there aren't days that I'm like, I want to throw in the towel. That's not true. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I want you to know that that little enemy rears its head too every now and again for me, where I feel the weight of needing to do everything and to teach them everything and to cover it all well and make sure they get it all. I can't do that. I can deliver what I want to deliver, what I feel I am led to deliver, what I know they need to, be taught. I can do that. But I can't teach them everything they need to know in and about and of life. I don't have the power to do that, right? I'm going to lay that at God's feet and trust him with where he's taking us in our homeschool and let the rest of it go. So mama, if you're carrying that, if you're believing that lie, let it go. Let it go right now. That is one healthy habit or mindset change that will change your homeschool. Okay, moms, next healthy habit or mindset change. Who am I homeschooling for? Why am I homeschooling? Who am I doing this for? If I'm doing this for us, right, in our little family unit, if I am homeschooling because as a unit, my husband and I have decided this is the best thing for our family right now, why do I care what anybody else thinks? Why am I trying to fit into anybody else's box? Why? I'm doing this for us. Why am I letting anything else come into this space? That as a unit, my husband and I have decided this is what we're going to do, right? This homeschooling thing is what we're going to do. Why am I carrying the weight of what anybody else may say or may think or how they may feel about our decision to homeschool our children? Why am I letting anything infiltrate our space and put me in a place that I don't need to be in? That's something that's hard for me to swallow. But letting go of that weight, once again, and accepting and realizing that this is our decision to homeschool our children. I don't need anybody else's approval. I don't need anybody to agree with our decision. I don't need to live up to anybody else's standards. Whose standard? Who's setting the standard? Where is the standard coming from? Because if this is our decision, I'm trusting where God is leading us in this decision to homeschool our children. Truly. Nothing else matters. Nobody else's opinion matters. That's it. I don't need to seek anybody else's approval. I don't need to meet anybody else's expectations or requirements or any of it. I don't. So mama, you don't need to either. Let's let that one go. Let's let that weight go. I am hoping and praying that by the time you are done with this video, that maybe you will feel so much lighter from all the pressure that you've been carrying. Again, this may be your first year homeschooling. This may be your first week homeschooling. Given the state of the world, lives are changing moment by moment. Families are making the decision to homeschool moment by moment. Maybe you're toggling with the idea. Maybe you haven't even decided yet, but you're checking into it because you're like, I just feel like this is the right choice for our family. Then this is a good video for you too, to mentally prepare yourself for the decision to homeschool, to maybe set yourself up to be in a better place when you make that decision. I don't know. I don't know your story. I don't know your scenario, but I know that my journey of homeschooling, there have been so many ups and downs and so many lies and so many different forms that our homeschool has taken on over the 9 years almost that we've been doing this. And so I know that when I come on here, I seem maybe cool, calm, and collected and like I've got it figured out. But I want you to know that none of that is true completely. And none of that has come without, it's mountains and valleys, right? Like none of where I'm at right now has come without the struggles. I can sit here and say these things now, not because I no longer battle with them. I still battle with them. But saying these things, vocalizing these things, verbalizing these habits, and sitting in them and resting in these habits has changed our homeschool. This is something I encourage you to do, to rest in these habits, to feel a change in your homeschool. The third habit that I have taken on to change our homeschool, that has changed my mindset in our homeschool, is reverse record keeping. Now, if this is your first time to my channel, you may not have heard of this before. If you've been around a while, you will know with almost every video I release, you will know that I go with the flow. You will know that I reverse record keep. And for me and my personality, it works. And so that habit still rings true with this updated 5 habits that changed our homeschool video. Reverse record keeping is still a solid win in our home and in our homeschool. I just have to do things that way. I have to wake up knowing in my mind, this is what I need to do today. These are the tasks at hand. I already mentally know. We already know mentally what tasks are laid out before us. But I cannot have an itemized list of every single lesson and every single thing because I ebb and flow. I go with the flow of the day. If my boys are feeling tired and didn't get enough rest and are just done, I'm not going to try and do extra things. Maybe we're going to spend more time doing a read aloud on the couch, extra resources on YouTube. We're going to spend some time just diving in together. Maybe my kids are loving it and they are all gung-ho for anything and everything the day brings. I know every single day is going to look different and every single day is going to bring new attitudes. Every single day is new. So I cannot have a detailed plan of my whole entire week and what I plan to accomplish in that week because I am allowing room to squeeze in play days. I want play days. I want to learn through life. I want to learn through books. I want to learn through extra resources all around us because it's all important and it's all part of homeschooling. The beauty and the freedom all wrapped into one. That is why I reverse record keep. And I know it's not for everybody. And I know even in saying that the way we do things isn't going to fit everybody's home. I know the way I do things, mixing and mashing multiple homeschool curriculums together. I know that's overwhelming for some. I know that's not everybody's home and everybody's idea. And I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. I'm okay with that because I can sit here and say, I am completely comfortable and confident in what I am doing in our home, in our homeschool. So maybe it doesn't make sense to anybody else, but it does to me and it does to my boys, and it's been beautiful. So that comes in, we're all wrapped up with a nice little bow of why are we homeschooling and who am I letting influence it, right? So these all kind of go hand in hand. We're homeschooling for us. So if I want to mix and mash, I'm going to mix and mash because it fits us. And I know that's chaos to some. And I know reverse record keeping is chaos to some because we're all different. We all have different personalities and it's beautiful. But I just want you to know that if you do it different, that's okay. It's okay to do it different. It's okay to be different. This is your homeschool. Those are your babies. This is your journey, not anybody else's. So you don't have to fit into a box of what this person over here says you need to fit into. You don't have to fit into a box of what this homeschool curriculum over here says you need to fit into. You can do whatever you want. The sky is the limit when it comes to homeschooling. So being able to fully embrace that and accept that is such a beautiful, freeing thing. Reverse record keeping for me in our homeschool is something that I fought with. This is crazy. This is backwards, right? Who plans things after they've already done them? It's backwards. It works for me. It works for our home. It's beautiful. It's freeing. I can breathe. This mama needs to breathe, and reverse record keeping allows me to breathe. That's another habit that's changed things in our homeschool. I've got 2 more healthy habits or mindset changes for you as a homeschool mom. Number 4, okay? Stop pushing. I'm going to say it again. Stop pushing. We push and we push and we push and we push until we have completely smothered out all of the joy in learning. I'm speaking from experience. I have had years of tears because I push, I push, I push. I follow a teacher's guide. I think it has to be just this way, and I can't see any way out of that. Why am I pushing so hard? Why do I have to push so hard when it comes to reading? My children are going to learn at their own level, at their own pace. We're not following anybody else's anything. So why am I pushing so hard and fighting so hard to all of a sudden find that my kids have no desire to read? Why am I pushing so hard to all of a sudden discover my son hates math? Why is that? Because he didn't get the first concept, and I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm moving and I'm moving and we're moving on, and we didn't get A. So how are we supposed to get D? You know what I mean? Like, we need to slow down our pace. This is something I had to do. Slow it down. If we're not understanding multiplication, we need to pause it, and we're going to revisit strictly multiplication facts. We're going to work on our times tables until we master those. Because if we haven't mastered them, nothing else is going to go, right? If we haven't mastered reading, how are we going to do anything else? We need to stop and explore all of the different avenues that we can approach these topics for our children. If I'm pushing through math so hard that my kids are hating it, and there's one simple thing I could fix that would have changed that, wouldn't we do that? If our kids hate reading and it's because we're pushing them so hard to read a Little Lord Fauntleroy book from the Good and the Beautiful homeschool curriculum that they are not interested at all, why am I going to keep pushing that? Their love for reading is going to die. It's going to die. And it did, until I brought in a wonderful book that my dad purchased for our boys, which is a hunting book. I don't care what you're reading in your 20 minutes of personal. Okay, I do care. But it doesn't matter to me whether it's Little Lord Fauntleroy or a book about everything you love to do. If you love this book, let's read this book. I'll ask you a couple questions about this book, and we'll move on. That's your 20 minutes of reading. It doesn't have to be Little Lord Fauntleroy. For my 4th grader, it doesn't have to be the Belgian twins. He's not interested in the Belgian twins from The Good and the Beautiful. He's interested in a fishing book. Let's read this book. I'll ask you questions about it, and we'll move on. Stop pushing. This is something that is just now living and active in our homeschool, right? The stop pushing. Stop pushing and just rest right where you're at today. Rest in today. Tackle what you need to tackle with your child today. If that's reading and you need to go over phonics and blends, if you have to drill that in every single day for a month, so be it. Don't push through it. Address what needs to be addressed every day in your homeschool until they get it, and then move on. Don't push, because you're going to find yourself back at the beginning. That's something I have experienced in our homeschool. These are all coming from experience, every single one of them. These are not coming from, I'm up here and I have it all figured out. This is great. Homeschooling's great. This is coming from, I'm here. I feel you. I'm living it every single day with you, which is why I got my journal and I took notes and I took inventory on my homeschool, which leads us to the 5th habit that has changed our homeschool. Taking inventory. That's exactly what the fifth habit is that I have to share with you today. Taking inventory in your homeschool. There's a book that introduced this concept to me. I'm going to leave it linked in the description box down below for you to check out if you so desire. Take inventory in your homeschool. What is working in your homeschool? What is going well? What do you need more of? What is dying? What is done? Like, what do we need to get rid of, right? Spend some time. Maybe it's once a week. Maybe it's once a month. Maybe it's once a quarter. What is going well in your homeschool? What needs life breathed back into it? What just flat out needs to be gone? What is not working? Because if you take time to reflect, I guarantee, mama, you will find the answers to every single one of those questions. I challenge you to do this. Let me know in the comment section down below if you do this already. If not, and you're going to accept the challenge, let me know. Because I want to know how it changes things for you in your homeschool. I want to know if this simple habit of taking inventory helps you. That's a new one for me. Ever since I read this book that's linked down below, that concept was introduced to me. So it's not something I've ever done. It's not something I've done along the way. I'm still learning and growing. I want you all to know that so deeply. I am still learning and growing. I know there's probably this misconception that those who have been homeschooling longer have it figured out. Those who've been homeschooling longer don't have to deal with stuff. Like, that's not true. I want to get out there so there's no misconception. I have been homeschooling for quite a while. That doesn't mean I have it figured out, guys. That does not mean we don't have struggles. That does not mean my kids don't resist. That doesn't mean my kids want to do school every day. That doesn't mean it's easy. That doesn't mean I don't cry. That doesn't mean I don't lose my stuff. Like, I'm a mom. I'm human. I'm doing this right along with you. I can relate to you in so many ways you have no idea. So I just wanted to say that in all of this. It's important for me that you all know that. No, my kids might not be little itty bitty right now, but I remember the struggles that come when you're homeschooling toddlers, when you're homeschooling little kids, when you're teaching your children how to read. I understand those struggles, so I can relate to you in that. It might not be a current season, but I've been there and I remember. So know that, okay? I can relate to you on that in so many ways. And I have one bonus tip, one bonus habit that I want to share with you that just goes without saying, but for some reason it is probably the most ignored thing. Breathe, okay? Take a deep breath right now. Take a deep breath. Do not push so hard that you forget to breathe. Do not push so hard that you forget to be present right here, right now. Understand that you will not and cannot, because it is not humanly possible to teach your children everything they need to know about life or in life. You are human. Let's get rid of those unrealistic expectations that we have on ourselves, the unrealistic expectations that we put on ourselves, that society puts on us. Get rid of all of that weight and take a huge, deep breath. Go play outside with your kids. Go for a walk with your kids. Put the books away and go to a discovery center. Put the books away and go play in the dirt. Put the books away and call a friend and have a play date. Have some coffee with a mama. Let your kids play with their friends. Put the books away when you feel in your heart you cannot push anymore. Stop pushing. Put it away. Come back to it tomorrow. Thank God every day is a new day, because it truly is. Tomorrow's not going to look anything like today. And that's so true, and the way it goes, which is why, again, I reverse record keep. I think I know what tomorrow brings, but I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to wake up like. I have no idea what my kids are going to wake up like. I don't know what the day entails. So, all of that to say, do not forget to breathe. We don't consciously think about breathing. It just happens. When you consciously think, I'm going to sit and I'm going to breathe, you will feel so much release. So much. That is what I want to share with you in today's video. 5 healthy habits. 5 habits for mental health as a homeschool mom. Really. 5 habits that changed our homeschool. I hope, Mama, if you are feeling discouraged, if you are feeling like, what in the world am I doing? I hope and pray that today's video is an encouragement to you.